All right, friends, we're just a few weeks away from the Simple season. As you know by now, our building is undergoing some renovations, and we'll be meeting each Sunday at 10 a.m. for one outdoor worship service at August Gate Church. And even though it'll only last 8 weeks, so much is going to change for those 8 weeks that I wanted to take just a few minutes to answer some quick questions that you might have. We're going to meet outside for worship on the grounds here at August Gate between the west side of our building and our garage. That will be our plan every Sunday at 10 a.m. from September 7th through October 26th. In order to keep things simple, we're choosing not to set up 300 to 400 chairs every week. We don't want to put that task on anyone. So instead, I want you to think Sermon on the Mount. Bring your lawn chairs, your camping chairs, your picnic blankets, whatever you need for your family to get comfortable enough for 60 minutes of outdoor worship. One of the things that I'm most excited about during the Simple season is that the majority of our ministry teams are going to have a full 8-week break from serving on Sundays, and that includes our AG Kids team. The first thing we want you to know is that we're making curriculum available on the app and on our website for each week of the Simple season. No matter what age your kids are, you'll be able to lead them through simple, fun discipleship material in your own home every week. Listen, we know that there's going to be a little crazy, and I love that. I bet there was more than a little crazy when Jesus taught the crowds out on the plain and out on the mountainside. We're not aiming for silence. We're not aiming for perfection. So here are some helpful guidelines. Feel free to bring whatever resources might help your kids during these 60-minute services. So coloring sheets, activity sheets, snacks, whatever works for you. We do ask that kids stay with their parents during the worship service. After the service, we'll have gaga ball and cornhole and lots of other fun ways to have a good time. But for those 60 minutes, we're going to lock in and worship Jesus together. If you've got a kid who just needs to get up and move around, we've got plenty of space on the grounds at August Gate to do that. Feel free to take them for a walk on the south side of the property near where our greeters will meet you when you come in for worship. We all know there's a parenting spectrum, and I'm just going to ask that we all consider each other when it comes to how we help our kids engage during these Sundays outside. If you are at the sit still, listen, and don't be distracting end of the spectrum when it comes to parenting, just know that we understand this is different, and we want to have grace and patience for your kiddos during this time. Now, if you're at the kids will be kids and we need to let them be loud and crazy during worship end of the parenting spectrum, let's be respectful of those around us. Feel free to take those kiddos for a walk as worship is happening. Friends, listen, we can care for each other in both of these things. We can care for each other by being patient as our fellow parents do the work of parenting, and we can care for each other by actually doing the work of parenting with our kids so that others can engage in worship. Again, we're going to keep it super simple, condensed but faithful sermons, simple worship. No screens, no lights, basic sound equipment. In order to serve our guests well, we're going to put the song lyrics on the app each week so you can have easy access. But our worship team has very intentionally planned this entire 8 weeks to be popular, well-known, singable songs for the church. We will take communion, but it's going to look just a little different than it normally does on Sundays at August Gate. We're still going to move to the table during response, but to keep things simple, to give our communion prep team a break, we'll have prepackaged communion like this available for believers to take on Sundays during the response time. On big Sundays, we almost always run into issues with parking during the crossover between services. It's a good problem to have. So managing parking for one big service is definitely a concern. Now, that being said, we'll make use of both our parking lot here at August Gate and the medical parking lot just south of our property. And between the two, we really should be just fine. Say it with me, no porta potties, no porta potties, no porta potties. Again, we want to keep things simple, and we also would prefer not to spend money on disgusting portable toilets. So we're going to open the south end doors for bathroom use only. We've committed to our contractors that we will vacate the building, so it's imperative that we don't go any farther than the hall that contains both bathrooms on the south end near the kids' wing. Now, I want to be clear, the building is not open beyond that point. This will keep everyone safe as construction is happening and keep our relationship with our contractors solid. If you've got kids that just can't hold it and you need to get up in the middle of worship, feel free to take them to the bathroom using the south entrance doors where you came in for worship. And if you're an adult and you just can't go 60 minutes, we will pray for you. As crazy as it sounds, I believe August Gate could actually grow through the simple season. Our church nearly doubled in size during COVID. And while I don't necessarily think that will happen, the opportunities that we're gonna have for community will really be pretty amazing. Here's our strategy for visitors. If you see someone you don't know, go talk to them. Here, let's try it. You're gonna walk up to me and you're gonna say, hey, we haven't met. My name is, and you'll say your name. And then you'll shake my hand and I will say, my name is Kevin. And then you could say something like, hey, what brought you to August Gate? Okay, are you ready? We're gonna do this right where you are, no matter where you are. Let's just give it a try. You walk up to me. Hey, my name's Kevin. Good to meet you. Oh, what brought me to August Gate? Oh, actually my neighbor invited me and said I should come check it out. So that's why I'm here. Super simple. Don't be afraid. You can do it, I promise. But here's how we're gonna help you out. We'll tell new folks every week to find someone in an orange lanyard just like this. There will be 10 to 12 of them floating around every week. Those people will be equipped to help and answer questions. It says here to help. But also these orange lanyards will have a QR code that any visitor can scan, and it'll take them right where they need to be on their phone for more information. But the biggest part of our new visitor strategy is you. I want to encourage you to do everything you can to stay late, engage with new friends and old friends, plan to eat meals together, play together, hang out together, and make the most of this simple season. While most of our ministry teams are breaking during the simple season, our security team will continue to keep us safe every Sunday morning. Our official plan B, if the weather doesn't allow us to meet, is to send out a pre-recorded sermon and a Spotify playlist so that you can worship together with your family in your homes. Now, we really value the actual meeting together of the church, so we're gonna make that decision at the very last minute, up to an hour before worship actually begins. And we'll communicate that through all of our platforms, through social media, through email, through text, through app notifications, all of those things to let you know if the weather keeps us from attending. AG students will absolutely continue meeting during the simple season, as will our D groups. Nothing about giving will change during the simple season. You can still give online through the app. We'll continue to have the giving boxes available on Sunday mornings. Our expenses won't change during the simple season, so your joyful and sacrificial giving still means as much to the mission of August Gate as it ever has. The simple season will not be a vacation for our staff pastors, my friends. We are planning to office in different places during most of the renovation, so we won't be in the building, but we'll be available as we usually are. Just shoot us an email and we'll do our best to care for you and shepherd you well during this season. Did I miss anything? Of course I did. So I'll ask you to check every email we send, watch every video we produce during this season. I'm praying that the Lord will continue to unite us around the gospel and around the mission He's given us here in the Metro East to be disciples and make disciples during these 8 weeks, to know Him, love Him, and follow Him together by His grace. Friends, listen, the church is moving outside the walls, and this simple season is going to be a great one.